Pond owner since 1999. Our first pond was installed then. Then in 2005, the second version, and 2014, I believe it was, the third and final version.
As you can see from looking around, we enjoy the wildlife. We have a number of bird feeders. We get a variety of birds. We have squirrels, of course, chipmunks, rabbits. We've become what is it, the National Wildlife Federation? Yeah. We're certified by them as a
backyard habitat.
Backyard habitat because we provide the water, shelter, and food.
This summer, our grandkids were here for a visit, and I turned over fish feeding duties to them. So they were out there morning and night. They couldn't wait to feed the fish. They'd get right up on the wall and sit there and toss in the food, laughing and carrying on. They had the best time. In fact, they went ahead and named some of the fish. The pond itself, we have stocked with fish, and just typical goldfish, some golden orphs, which are members of the trout family. They're cold water loving fish, and then quite a variety of koi. Didn't think we initially wanted koi, but I particularly enjoy feeding them. They come right to the edge of the pond anytime they see anybody coming during the time of year when you can feed them.
A lot of people, when they see our pond, ask whether it takes a lot of work. And my answer is, if it was all in grass and I had to mow the lawn twice a week, which you do a lot of times during the summer seasons, that it probably wouldn't. It doesn't take much more than just mowing the grass for the same area. When I was growing up, I grew up on a farm in western New York, dairy farm, and worked on the farm with my brother. It was, neighbors weren't real close. Then eventually we, after being touring the world in the Army, I came to Dallastown for work in this area.
Retirement.
And retired from the Army, and we bought a house. So, having lived in various places, we got away from the farm atmosphere, if you want. And I think one of the reasons I like this is that we have enough of the landscaping and the trees and whatever that kind of separates the houses from each other. In the waterfalls here in the pond,
a little bit of a rural feel to it.
It makes it more of a country atmosphere, and with the it's amazing how much, although the waterfalls, in a lot of cases you really don't notice how loud they are, but it does mask traffic noise, it masks other neighbors' noise going on. I think in a lot of ways that's why, having grown up on the farm and worked on the farm, it makes it kind of enjoyable to get out here and play with nature, I guess, if you want. One of the concerns that people voice if you have a pond like this built, that it requires a lot of excavation and a lot of movement of boulders and rocks. And the crew that has worked on our pond actually didn't have any large equipment at all. They did all the digging by hand. They moved all the large boulders by hand and carried all the debris out in wheelbarrows and 5-gallon buckets. And so after they finished and cleaned everything up, you wouldn't even know that they'd been here. There was no damage to the property whatsoever.
I was an Army brat and I moved around a lot, but my mother enjoyed gardening. And that I think that influenced me more than I really ever thought it did. And I enjoy, although I'm now physically limited with what I can do, I enjoy getting out and working with the flowers and so forth. And just, I enjoy it visually a great deal because we have enough area that we could landscape and include the pond, and it's just so comforting to be out here. If I'm stressed in any way, I'll come out here and just sit and watch the fish, listen to the water, and it just winds up feeling so much better by the time I go back in the house.